can affect you adversely. Like it's going to have a major impact on your life. Find the way to pop those cons that comes with it early enough. If you can't do that, it will make your own life better.
In the city, we have a lot of resurrected, I call them Lazarus vegetable, where the water leaf, the ugu had died, and then they pour water on to wake up again, and then you die again, and they pour water. It's greenish black. In those big cities, I'm not going to call the name of any city. The fruit there in those big cities, that's far different from the ones from
the truth is, a lot of people these days don't get to drink water. The bare minimum recommendation.
Yeah. Please exercise. What you don't use, you lose. Boom. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
We have come again.
Yes.
We have come again. Parlour Cappings is live. Okay, people, you're welcome to Parlour Cappings. It's your boy. Check it on the MIC, and I've got the usual suspect on my left.
The crowds are ready. They're ready.
The fire.
They're already pulling out their polo.
The bonnets. One and only.
Guys.
Money.
Relax. Crowd. See cheering. Hey, calm down, guys.
Voila.
It's good to be here. Good to be here.
Okay, before I will go on, I want to remind you guys to do not forget to use the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button if you're yet to subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notifications of every video that we drop. Alright? By now you should know videos don't follow any sequence. They come when the topic is there to talk about. When we feel it's necessary to put up some, just bring an issue to the fore. Alright? So use the bell notification so that you can get those notifications.
Maybe you should just hit every bell except the dislike bell. Hit every button except the dislike button.
Yes, and also the comment section is important to us. Very, very important to us, alright? Because that's where we know that, okay, what we said made sense, what we said did not make sense. What is your opinion? What do you think? Alright? We are not an authority as we normally say. It's our perspective to these things.
We just came to chase future.
So, moving on.
Alright, so today we have a rather sensitive topic. And well, you know how they say health is wealth. Alright. We'd like to really dig a little on that, just briefly. We're having this talk some months back, and I'm like, it's time. Maybe we should also know what people really think, or see if we can learn or educate, as the case may be. So, let's have a go at it. Alright. So, what do you think? They say health is wealth. I'd like to validate that statement with what you understand.
Health being wealth.
And how important it is.
I think it's literal for me, because when you're healthy, you don't get to spend unnecessary money. So you channel your money. You have the opportunity to channel your money into something productive. Alright, so health being wealth means it gives you that opportunity to be more productive, which of course is wealth creation at that point. So when you're being productive, it's wealth creation. But what will allow that possible is when you are healthy. Right? When you're healthy, you're able to go out to work. When you're healthy, of course, like I said, the money that you should have channeled into dealing with a big health issue is being used for other things. Alright? Also, so it's I think it's not just something that should just be said. I think it's something that should be more and more practiced, more and more experienced. Because whether you like it or not, it adds value to your life, it adds value to the people around you when you are healthy. Alright, so
the best state of a man is when his health is intact.
Yes.
And when we talk about health, it's not just functional kidney and functional liver, and
even in the mind.
Also in your mind.
Even in the mind.
Very important. Very, very important. There's been people who say they'd rather cry in a Lamborghini, for their failing health, than have a whole health in a thatched mud house. All right, but what do you
I
make of
don't, I
that?
don't,
You
I
know, this
don't, I
generation,
don't subscribe to that
their tendency to
because
come up with very, very. I think it's. I personally think it's mundane. Like,
now this is where I see it. Because if you say you want to cry in a Lamborghini, you're not going to even enjoy that Lamborghini.
they don't mind. They're like, they cry in
It's not.
comfort.
Then what's the purpose? Are you in this life for the sake of Lamborghini? No.
Happiness is
I
very relative.
well, but even at that, it's just going to be a thing of a moment. And
Yeah,
after that moment, what next? So I
yeah.
think being in good health is it's very necessary. Why don't you be in good health and actually get the Lamborghini, crying the Lamborghini, right? But you're in good health, other than crying in the Lamborghini and you're in bad shape, and maybe after a few weeks or after a few months you pass out as a result of
No, it's basically what boys do these days. You know,
uh,
they give them 5 years to live,
I don't subscribe to
10 years. Yeah.
oh, it doesn't work for me.
All right. So health is wealth. Now, I want to talk about health. It, it brings a lot of factors to mind. Um, what do you think are those are the necessary thing one has to do to keep beautiful health, to keep a good health?
My brother, the funny part is some of these things are very simplest things to do.
That's from research.
I've yeah, from research, I think I've seen or followed doctors who talk about particularly
Mm.
water being one of the most effective um, things that can preserve a man's health.
I think I saw a video of an old woman, very old woman. She was in her, I think she's over 100 and something, and they asked for her sick because she said a few things because she was very active, a
Yeah.
black woman. And she mentioned a few things, and she talked about cleaning one's tubes, like the whole vessels,
Mm,
in the
in the
body.
body,
And she talked about cleaning it by taking fluid, like taking water, and
consistent water. Now, the truth is, a lot of people these days don't get to drink water the way the barest minimum recommendation.
yeah. True.
I have been a
I think I'm a culprit too. Like I
no,
forget to drink
I don't want
water.
to say I'm a couple because lately I've drastically improved in that aspect, and I've
Mm,
seen the difference.
mm,
I've seen how I feel different. I
true,
felt different. So
true.
I don't think I want to even go back, like
Mm,
retract back to not having to drink enough water per day. It cannot be overemphasized.
yeah.
It cannot. You feel better.
There is
That's the truth.
there is a high tendency. Thing is with us, there's a with persons like me. I don't
Mm.
know. I think I've met one other person who says she also forgets to drink water. I do. I might finish
See,
eating and then we're
you
gisting,
just have to be intentional
and then
about
like,
it.
but really, really,
You
for
really just
health's
have to be
sake,
intentional.
yeah.
See, the way I did it was I made sure I had a, even if it was an empty can,
Mm,
just kept it close by so that once I see that empty
you
can
remember to drink
and I
water.
need to drink water and I look for a way to get
Okay,
water.
now on this, there are persons who have taken this to the other side. I was doing a research, it's a
Mm.
hobby of mine, and I got to see that excess intake of water also has its detriments too.
Now I don't know if I can say there's going to be how would you drink water to the point where it's excess? That's the truth.
Well, there is, and well, I think it had something to say about this. We don't want to really drive the whole
Mm.
narrative, but he said something about pH level, once,
pH level, I think it depends on the quality of water you're drinking,
mm,
not the amount of water you're drinking.
okay,
pH level, I think, has a lot to do with the quality of water you're drinking. You're
okay,
drinking proper the water with the proper, right? That's where you talk about having to drink, the waters that go through proper filtration processes and all the
mm-hmm.
likes. So, but
That
when you
word,
drink
that word
just
strikes.
regular water, maybe
Yeah,
tap water, for instance,
yeah,
the certainty that tap water would be at the right pH level, you understand, or it's even clean enough,
mm,
that's where you start having issues.
okay,
Now, when we say drink water, you're not saying drink any kind of water. Drink clean water,
Mm.
because most of the time clean water has the right pH level.
Yeah. You talked about, made mention of the word filtration, and you just toggled several other bells in my head. All right. Now you discover that there is it's beginning to balance out now to some extent, but it usually wasn't always so. You discover that people who live in the city, the health difference, the economic, I think that's how I put it, the economic importance of city life with
Yeah.
the rural life, right, with regards to
Well,
health. What do you think?
like I said,
Because yeah,
this a lot of these things has to be deliberate, because some persons even in the village, right, would not still have, a proper health practice. So like I said, it's deliberate,
so
and it
it's
also depends on what you practice as a person.
mm,
But the truth is, even in the cities, there are tendencies of one not having to practice proper health practices,
yeah,
or
yeah,
so, excuse me. So you have a situation where somebody, wakes up in the morning, takes his, or gets ready to go to work, heads to work, and sits down all day, doesn't move around so much. He sits
exercise.
down all day, and then when he's done, he gets up, gets on into the vehicle, and is stuck in traffic, and he's sitting down again, and goes back home, and he's sitting down again, right? There's no exercise, there's no form of moving the body. Now, in addition to that, he's not eating properly. He's probably taking a lot of drugs. He's probably consuming alcohol on a very high level. He's probably, you know, um, exposed to smoke and the likes,
Exhaust pipe from
CO2 emissions
Lagos
and all
traffic.
of that. So it's a whole complex activity that one would do and neglect very common
That's for
things.
the urban life.
That's for the urban life, right? And things like this, you'd see the person start reacting to certain things. And then in the case of the village, you see someone that is actually in the village, but it's not also practicing, some very basic exercises,
Yeah,
right? It's not very common in the villages, but basic exercises was the village life, as at least from my perspective, is okay. You have to grow what you eat, right? A lot of times they grow what they eat, and then for those places that are still villages enough, because some villages in some places are
have
no longer
become cities.
villages,
They've used their farmlands to
to
build
sell
house.
build houses. So, but in places where they will still have the farmlands and all the likes, and little industries, local industries in such villages, you find that there's some level of activity, all right,
Yeah,
physical activity actually,
yeah,
that balances out, and with the fact that they eat healthier
yeah,
compared to cities,
yeah.
they look better sometimes, right? But in the cities, like I said, you have to be deliberate.
Yeah,
You just have
very
to
good.
be conscious of the fact that
Regardless of where you find yourself. The
exactly.
thing is, here's the thing. Here's what I think. Um, in the city, we have a lot of resurrected. I call them Lazarus vegetable, right? Where the water leaf, the ugu had died, and then they pour
The
water on
water, I
to
look
wake
as
up
look fresh
again,
again.
and then you die again, and they pour water. It's greenish black. You understand? And then people have they don't. The funny thing is, in those big cities, I'm not going to call name of any city. They buy this vegetable. They eat the fruits there in those big cities, those urban cities. They're far different from the ones from the. I'm telling you, it was when we traveled. I think I traveled to the southeast, Enugu. I was sharing with somebody recently. I said I got to Enugu and I tasted banana. I swear it was different from what
From what it is in
it was.
Lagos.
I'm telling you, the difference was there, and I felt like there were far more healthier foods around here in the southeast. Vegetable were not overly fertilized. Well, I don't know about. I think recently
It's
I can't brag
I
about
don't
that,
I
but
can't
that's
still
another
I
that's
don't
a
think
discussion for a different other day.
I don't think when it comes to the fertilizer thing, I don't think it's completely the case.
Okay.
It depends on.
But I feel like those processes affect the quality of
Of course
food
it does.
grown.
Of course it does.
Because you you are eating pawpaw in urban city, and it's like you are chewing kola nuts. Like, and at some point we call it pawpaw nuts because it's like you are breaking it and then you are munching on it. Like,
Because it's being forced
because
to get ripe and
because
all of that.
it's forced it to ripe. The almost most a lot of things are in that state, and it's really really crazy. And people just ingest these things without thinking that there will be long term effects, over time. And there usually is. But compared to the rural areas,
Yeah.
they have health care services at least. The proximity for someone in the urban area to get the
To get to
hospital
hospital and all.
is
Yeah,
relatively
yeah.
high
Yeah, of course, that's true. That's very
compared
true.
to rural areas. Now they have healthy food, but they do not have good
As
health
much
care.
healthcare.
And
I think that's I don't want to think that's just about a thing about just Nigeria,
no, it's not just a Nigerian
because
thing.
I feel even in larger climes, if you stay in remote areas, access to health is also an issue, because it's definitely going to be somebody staying somewhere in the village, and of course you have to come out of your village to come out to a certain part of the community to
Yeah,
get health
yeah.
access to it. So I think it's not a thing of just or about just Nigeria. But I also feel in the case of Nigeria, it can be improved on.
I really don't believe that healthcare should be a location-based thing. It
Mhm.
shouldn't be. I feel like
Now there have been cases of, I think even in Nigeria, there have been cases of mobile hospitals where there are vehicles that have the very basic things a hospital should have, and they go into some
in
of these areas.
okay,
So there've been some cases like that. I think there was a time one of the big ISP brands
yeah,
facilitated something like that. They provided, or sponsored such vehicles, and they
yeah,
go into rural areas to
areas.
provide such health facilities.
There's a lot of
I
good.
think some governments have been able
I
to
was
do
going to
that.
come to that.
Eh?
Government should government needs to do a lot of work once it comes to
Mm.
health. It shouldn't. I don't think we should leave health to urban areas. I feel like health is a very very basic thing.
So it's very
It's
basic.
crazy enough that what people ingest is like
An issue already.
you know. But well, maybe the stomach just wants to be full. But wherever you are, you should have quick access
To good health.
to good healthcare services.
Mm.
People say you are what you eat, and that's a factor.
So that's
I actually I wanted us to stay on that. The fact that we need to really really watch what we eat. Every once in a while, I feel like
I think you should just have a checklist.
grow your gardens or
Do a
disappear
track back.
to the real area and eat something fresh.
No, that will happen
Yeah.
when you actually sit down to do a track back, and check on yourself. Okay, what have I been eating this period? Have I been even eating right? Do I need to source for certain things?
Yeah.
Right? Because it's very important. How you eat, what you eat affects your health. Like,
Yeah.
it tells on you whether you like it or not. Someone who eats fresh food, right, drinks water sufficiently, tells on your skin
Mm.
whether you like it or not. You look different.
Your
You
body
just look
your
different.
body accumulates whatever it is you give to it over time. Yeah.
So
Accumulates.
the habits, the right habits, exercising,
Yeah.
And it's been said that when you exercise, even in old age, right, you are more, the tendencies of living a longer life is there.
Yeah, definitely.
So as much as you can,
Please
and
exercise.
please,
What
please,
you
please,
don't
please.
use, you lose. I have.
Oh.
I was going to end it.
Oh,
I was going to end this with saying, I had a friend, after a while, like she was getting me too fat, and it was affecting her young lady. Right?
can imagine.
And it's crazy how she needed help with certain movements. I want to come down the stairs. I want to climb up a bike. I want to climb like you're not 30 years. You're not 50 years. What's going on?
And she's already looking for help.
I'm like, okay, so maybe the amount of money you spend on skincare and hair wig and stuff. Maybe
Put it
put
into
the
what you
money
eat.
into what you eat.
Put it into
And
your fitness.
she did exactly that. Maybe stop sending people around. I'm telling you, stop. Come and give me this remote. Come and bring me this cup. Wear my shoe for me.
Yes.
Maybe if you did a few things yourself,
Yourselves.
maybe you burn some unnecessary calories. Yeah. All right. So finish talking to her, and well, baby time. Don't have spend money for your gen. All right. Buy fruit and put in your refrigerator. Yeah. And eat healthy and give it time. And well, I traveled, came back. I saw her, I'm like, yeah, she was bouncing the lodge, looking better. You know, we roll you like Michelin because we are tired. Come on, you don't do that, no. You know, and then before you know, you start shouting people are body shaming me, they say I'm fat. Do something.
I don't want us to go there yet.
Do something.
Let's not go there
It's
yet.
just health. Alright, it's just health.
If you're conscious of your health. Now the truth about the way I say it is this: when you know beyond the whole body shaming thing, when you know that this thing will affect you adversely, like it's going to have a major impact on your life, find the way to curb those cons that comes with it.
Simple.
Early enough. If you can't do that, it will make your own life better.
Use fatty teeth and block your blood vessels.
I no deal. I don't go. I no deal.
All right.